Okay, speaking of HCM, let's first start with project phases that come with SAP implementation projects. In SAP implementation, of course, the first part is scoping. Trying to understand what is scoping. Scoping is about understanding the process and documenting the process for all the departments like finance, HR, production planning. And this is all controlled by a project director. And project director will manage and direct all the HODs to collect all the process, and they will also assess how many licenses will be required to implement ERP. So once all the process are in place, demos are called from the companies, and they actually give technical demos by pre-sales team, and those consulting companies then come forward and share profiles of their consultants and their team. And the teams are introduced, the scope is introduced, the scope is informed and mutually agreed, the cost is shared, okay? And the deliverable set, which is, of course, the outcome, the result set, the automation, everything is put in place. High price tag always means a high quality product that will be implemented. So when a company wins a project, okay, they actually come down for a 0-day training to understand the teams, the mindsets, the process, the depth, everything, the departments, and all the process. Speaking of HR, yes, in HR, we have different sub-departments like training, taxation, recruitment, payroll, hiring, and so on. Inventory manager will have their own set of roles and processes. So implementation partners actually get down and start implementing. And implementing means that they collect processes, the running processes, and the processes that will be implemented in the company. They collect all the processes and they assess whether a process is necessary or not. Speaking of SAP landscape, it is built by basis consultants. They actually set up the servers. Okay, there are like 3 broad servers: the development server, the quality, and production server. And these basis consultants also then lay out the authorization plan. So development server actually is for configuration, testing, and for experimenting and playing around. The quality server gets cleaner configuration, and it is also used for training the end users. The architecture, if we speak of that, the architecture of SAP is actually divided in 3 layers: presentation, database, middle layer. Okay, presentation is the screen layer. The middle layer is basically where all your configuration is residing. And the database layer is the lowest layer where all the databases architecture is configured. Okay. There are types of projects: implementation, support, rollouts, enhancement, upgradation. You can actually get into all this if your knowledge is intact. The methodology that we use in SAP is ASAP methodology, but now it is Accelerate. There are 6 phases in Accelerate. You can go and check Google what are the phases. Okay, Accelerate basically is understanding the process, configuring the process, running, and getting the approval. If it is not understandable, then of course reconfigure. That's how you actually discover, explore. These are the phases: discover, explore, configure, test, and then again you come back again for new process. Okay, that's Accelerate. So we start with the phase of blueprinting, which is collection of all the process, which is nothing but understanding what process is being run. And then you create your own set of processes that are possible in SAP. That's it. That is blueprinting. Okay. And along the way, you identify gaps which are not possible in SAP. Those are called gaps, which are then configured and customized to ABAP. Okay. So after the training is done, the data, the configuration, the uploads are done in production server, after which the servers are live and the SAP landscape is ready to be launched as a go live event will take place. Okay. And when it is go live, of course, it is a very critical time because in SAP there are many modules that you will implement at one time. And if you want to understand the family, there are many modules in SAP. There are modules which are core SAP related, and some are IS solutions, which is industry specific solutions like pharma, oil and gas, retail, media, apparel, and so on. Okay. These are the modules: HCM, SCM, supply chain management, business planning and consolidation, and so on. BW is basically your analytics stack, analytics database. It collects all the big data from database and then arranges that in a dashboard to display what is the performance and operational performance and financial performance in the analytics stack. There are other tools as well that actually help SAP to grow. One of them is NetWeaver. The other area that you will see is master data management, how you actually cater, build, upload, and configure master data management. Okay. Okay. I hope this is all clear. Okay. Now, after MDM is basically uh, an area where you actually handle and control master data for every department like finance, material, HCM, production, warehouse, CRM, sales. It's a uh, uh big department. Ticket processing, this is basically happens when your SAP is basically go live, and then you will use ticketing softwares to handle the client queries. Okay. Now, since we've already discussed about the server layout, that is development, QA, and production. Okay. With SAP, of course, the company grows its processes and brings out new, innovative, new processes to improve the business. Okay. And for that, consultants are needed at every point. Okay. Rest SAP family is a very rich family, of course. It rich in modules and the subject matter, of course, it cannot be covered in all of the modules by one person. You always have to have a team to explore and implement these modules if there is a need. CRM again is not part of HCM SAP, but it was actually acquired like HCM. It is a different stack, a different landscape, but it connects with SAP. Okay. So that is what a project is all about. You configure, you collect processes, make a blueprint, and identify the gaps, and make a plan to implement and customize those gaps, implement it, test it, upload all the data, and supervise all of this activity and operations until it is go live. And after go live, you handle the client queries, issues, and activity. That is a SAP project. That is SAP project. Okay. Uh, Other than that, of course, it's still more details about how modules actually work. And modules, of course, if you look into it, SAP is evolving. So you must have like more than one area of expertise in SAP. Okay.